Hey folks, it's Barry here from My Virgin Kitchen. I'm here in the Tasty Tenner kitchen today showing you how to make some fantastic stuffed peppers. You're gonna love this. Whoop, whoop. So the first steps for this recipe I've already done. We've got a pan of simmering water in there and our peppers are in there. Now I've chopped off the bottoms so they'll set in my pan good later on, and I've de-seeded them, okay? So give them a good wash as well, so good. But you could actually slow roast them if you want to do that, even more flavour. But while that's boiling away, what we're going to do is cook up our filling. So in goes our oil. Just going to let that warm up initially, and then we're going to add in our onions. Oh, loving that sizzle there. Michael Jackson style. Let's give it a nice stir. Give them about 4 minutes on their own in that pan just to initially soften up and go kind of translucent. So our onions are nice and softened, starting to get a bit of colour on there too. Push in 2 garlic cloves that have been chopped up. We'll give this a little stir just for around about a minute to initially get that flavour all around the pan, and then we'll follow up with our meaty goodness. All right, so a lovely smell of onions and garlic coming from the pan. The crew are absolutely loving it right now, I've got to admit. So anyhow, what we're going to do, this is some beef mince I got from my butcher's. We're just going to tip this, boom, straight in like that, hack it up with our spoon. We're going to begin to brown it. So we're at the stage now where it's starting to brown, about another couple of minutes, but keep it moving around. But meanwhile, the peppers have had probably about 7 minutes if I'm honest, but hey, I'm not doing the Olympics, I'm not timing it officially. All I'm going to do, nice slotted spoon, drain it out, and just whack it back on the board very carefully, just to cool down, okay? So do this with all your peppers. So down he goes. We're just going to move this pan out of sight. Just let it cool down naturally. Be very careful of that. Now, back to our filling. Concentrate on it. All this juice in the pan, you've got 2 options. You can either drain it off now, or you can let it cook through and let it simmer off, which will actually add more flavour. So that is what I'm going to do. Right, so let's add to our filling. We're going to start off with a tin of chopped tomatoes. In this one goes. Oh yeah. Nice and soothing. So I'm just adding some tomato puree in there. 2 tablespoons of that has gone in. It's quite thick and concentrated, obviously, because the tin of chopped tomatoes, it gets watered down quite a bit. So this is really going to add that flavour. So push that around. Next up, we're going to add some frozen peas. So we're not even thawing these out. They're frozen. They're going to go straight in there. So they'll just sort of thaw out in the pan. Give them a good push around. Nice bit of colour variation as well. All right, so the last 2 tweaks, that's 2 tweaks, are some Worcester sauce. So adjust these as much as you like. So a good dash of that in there. But remember, you can tweak these at the end, so get them stirred in there. I'm going to put about a tablespoon in there. Some people say a dash. You know, what do you call a dash? Let me know down below. And this is some mixed herbs. You could use fresh herbs if you like. But a good teaspoon of these, sprinkle it all in there. Smelling fantastic. In fact, it's smelling stonking. I would buy an aftershave of that if it was bottled. But what I'm going to do is stir that around, and as you can see, it's simmering. We want to thicken that right up because we don't want it too wet inside our peppers. So just let it cook away for about another 5 minutes. I don't normally get that excited about beef mince, but it is smelling amazing. Don't you agree, Jo?
Yes.
This is one of the crew, Jo. She's absolutely loving it. The smell, it's just wafting it down the camera lens. Now, obviously, if you give this recipe a go, don't forget to send us a picture at the Tasty Tenner and at My Virgin Kitchen. We will retweet it, and you will become internet famous. Maybe. Disclaimer. So we're at the stage now where it's time to take it off of our heat. It's smelling so good, but remember, I've actually just added some salt and pepper, optional seasoning. You can enhance it now any way you want, and maybe add some cayenne pepper in there, ooh, a little bit of paprika, anything you want. But all we're gonna do, I'll just take it off the heat completely. I'm gonna spoon it in to our peppers, okay? So what we'll do, they're very squidgy now, so actually simmering them did really work. We'll grab a nice big spoonful of it and load it right in there. So you can see why I trim the bases of the peppers, because they're stood up like that. They're not like the Leaning Tower of pepper, okay? So just keep loading up your peppers. We're going to cram it right in there as much as we can. Alrighty, so they are nice and filled, crammed to the brim, if you will. What we've got here is some grated Parmesan. Just going to sprinkle that on each of the tops. And we're also going to add on some grated cheddar. In fact, I actually live very near Cheddar. It's a random fact for you. Really nice place. I'm not getting paid to say that, but go there if you can. So let's just give it a little sprinkling of pepper on top. Right, so in go these peppers. They're ready to go. They're going to go in the oven now for around about 20 minutes just to melt up that cheese on top, warm it all through, and we must eat them immediately, which I will do with pleasure. Okay then folks, it's had 20 minutes in there, nice and brown on the top, but of course that's optional. You could just let it bubble a little bit and let it merge. But it's all good. I'm going to be very brave here. Woohoo! And pick it straight up, sit it down on our board right here. Okay, so you could actually poach the lids as well, or you could roast those, but we're going to keep them nice and firm. Firm but fair, like the American police. But what we're going to do is get some chopped parsley, just sprinkle that up and down, all of those peppers. Let's whack the lids back on. They're like, hey buddy, how you doing? I haven't seen you for ages. Put these lids back on there, looking absolutely stonking. Give this recipe a go, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to the Tasty Tenner for more amazing recipes. See you soon.